So looks like finally, after all this time, Chris Hemsworth is speaking out about Thor Love and Thunder, this movie. Yes, when I saw this movie, I was like, oh my God. But when you here's the interview in this, he did with this very good interviewer, Horowitz, I think his name. And in the interview, he finally is talking about how this movie might have damaged his image, I think personally, because when you hear his interview, looks like he's really hurt by this movie, like personally, because end of the day, I feel like Chris Hemsworth, he really trusted Taika Waititi with this movie, because end of the day, Chris Hemsworth, his personal career after the Avenger Infinity War, it was up here, his career. If you don't know, Extraction's producer is Russo brother, who like hire him for that Extraction movie over other MCU movie star, because they really believed in him. And after Infinity War, whoa, his stardom was up here. People were really cheering him. After then, of course, Avenger Endgame came out. Who in that, I guess his character was really, I didn't like him that much, but some people did. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then this movie's trailer came and I saw it and I was like, how are people excited for this trailer? I didn't get it. Although I was still excited because the Christian Bale, he was in this movie. And after this movie came out, there's another movie. I'm not going to blame all on this movie, because end of the day, it's not. There's another movie came out on Netflix a couple of months ago. It's called Spiderhead, and in that movie is also flopped on Netflix. That movie wasn't good either, but end of the day, looks like at this point his stardom for, like, getting good project is hard. People wanna, especially in Hollywood, when you think about getting the best project, like the working with the best director is hard. And when I hear his interview, he is really disappointed in Thor Love and Thunder. End of the day, I feel like he's really disappointed in Taika Waititi. End of the day, he really trusted him, and he kind of, I feel like he betrayed his trust when you hear it, because end of the day, he is a huge star. And the year Avenger Infinity came out, that is the year I think he was in the highest paying actor list, because he got big paycheck for Extraction from Netflix and also other things. And also he got into Furisa. He's gonna work with TJ Miller, which is a huge gig. Working with the good director is where you shine, I guess, in Hollywood in general. But I'm really glad finally he's publicly admitting, I get this. Some people like this Thor Love and Thunder. I'm not taking this away from them. If you like this movie, good for you. I actually didn't like that much Thor Ragnarok. When I saw that movie, I really loved some of the scenes were really good, especially with all the Hawk scene were so good. But however, in that movie, when his dad passed away, all this, like his brother passed away, like all this thing, he just cracks joke after joke in that movie. Like that tone balance, Thor Ragnarok, I didn't like that much. But many people really did like all this critic out there. They're the one who is to blame here. They praised him, he's really good, Taika Waititi. If I'm being honest, he is good actually in Jojo Rabbit. If you have seen that movie, his writing is really good. In that movie, he really balanced the tone between, especially in that movie, he does handle such a like a bad subject about war and those stuff. He is good in that movie. Doesn't mean he's good in Thor Love and Thunder. I feel like he really took all this joke to the next level. Like, especially when I saw this movie, I was like, watching this movie, feel like Taika Waititi, he really had a crush on Natalie Portman. When you see this, she had no reason to be back here. I personally would have loved to see Thor has a love interest with Tessa Thompson. I thought they had a good chemistry there, but I guess they turned her character into this wokeness I didn't like. And he bring Natalie Portman for, I think, for his own crush. I felt like that is what I think. Thor Ragnarok was still very good time watching, but Thor Love and Thunder, it takes the jokes to be like, it's become really parody of this movie, that end of it, and how he ruined Christian Bale's character in this movie. Come on, you are bringing this dark character, Gore, the god God Killer, what was his name? God the Butcher or something. And then you have all this joke. Oof, the end of this movie. I was really mad at this movie. That is what I'm gonna say. But I'm glad that he finally came out and say something. End of the day, this movie did hurt his image about as a movie star. Now that he's taking a break, he's saying, I think he's not. I don't know if he'll be taking break. If you don't know, Chris Hemsworth, he lives in Giant, this place in Australia. An upkeep of that house is probably very expensive. I don't know if he can retire, but I don't know. So I really like him as an actor, and I hope he keeps working. At least do some small movie here and there, in to build up his image. I think he need to work with the good director. End of the day, that's what I think. Of course, Taika Waititi, he's the Oscar-winning writer, but is he a good director? I think he's also a good director. However, I don't know what was he thinking with this. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie. And if you enjoyed this video, don't share my other videos and other topics. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.